Hi, little nature lovers. Welcome back to Mind Pop Story, where imagination goes wild and anything can happen. Tonight's magical tale is about Bruno the Bear, who wakes up feeling very curious. But when he follows his nose to a mysterious glowing nest, he discovers something even more wonderful than he could have ever imagined. Are you ready to find out what it is? Then let's go on an adventure together. Deep in the heart of the misty pine forest lived a big brown bear named Bruno. Bruno was a kind and gentle soul who loved nothing more than taking long walks through the woods, sniffing every flower and greeting every creature with a warm smile. He lived near the quiet side of the forest, far away from the bustling animal town, where all the forest critters gossiped and played. One day, Bruno was strolling through his favorite part of the woods after a fresh summer rain, when his sharp nose caught a whiff of something unusual. Curiosity got the better of him, and he followed the scent to a clearing where he had never been before. In the middle of the clearing stood a majestic oak tree, with its branches reaching towards the sky like welcoming arms. And at the base of the tree nestled a small nest made of golden twigs and colorful feathers. What made it even more peculiar was that it sparkled faintly like a rainbow. Bruno couldn't believe his eyes. He had lived in the forest his whole life and had never seen anything like it. Hesitantly, he approached the nest and gently poked it with a paw. As he did, the nest shimmered brighter, filling the clearing with an ethereal glow. Bruno felt a sense of wonder and excitement wash over him. He knew he had stumbled upon something truly magical. Just then, a group of birds flew down from a nearby tree. They had noticed Bruno approaching the nest and were worried that he might destroy it. "Stop right there, Mr. Bear," one of the birds chirped, landing on a branch in front of Bruno. "That nest is ours, and you must not touch it." Bruno was taken aback by the bird's sudden appearance and the accusation in its voice. He had no idea that the nest belonged to the birds, and he certainly had no intention of harming it. "I'm sorry," Bruno stammered. "I didn't know. I just found this place, and I couldn't help but be amazed by the beauty of it." "I will never do anything to ruin it." The birds exchanged glances, unsure of what to make of the bear. They had never dealt with a situation like this before. But they knew that their nest was precious to them, and they were determined to protect it at all costs. "We appreciate your apology, Mr. Bear," another bird replied, "but we cannot allow you to stay here. This is our sanctuary, and we need it to be safe and undisturbed." Bruno felt a pang of sadness. He had only wanted to admire the nest and perhaps spend a moment in its magical presence. But he understood the birds' need for privacy and respect their wishes. With a heavy heart, he backed away slowly, never taking his eyes off the nest. As he turned to leave, he heard a rustling in the bushes behind him. A curious squirrel peeked out, his tail twitching with interest. "What's all the commotion about?" he asked. Tilting his head to the side, Bruno turned back to the clearing and explained what had happened. The squirrel listened intently, his eyes wide with understanding. "Oh, dear," he exclaimed when he heard the birds' demands. "That poor Bruno. I know how much this nest means to all of us, but surely there must be something we can do." The squirrel pondered for a moment, his mind racing with ideas. Why don't we all work together to make this a place where everyone can enjoy, he suggested, hoping to find a compromise. We could clean it up, weave it tighter, and make it even more beautiful than before. The birds and Bruno looked at each other, surprised by the squirrel's suggestion. It was so simple, yet brilliant. Why hadn't they thought of it before? The birds chirped excitedly, their voices filled with newfound enthusiasm. They agreed to help make the nest the most beautiful and welcoming spot in the forest. Together, they gathered soft moss, woven tighter, dry leaves, and sweet-smelling petals from nearby flowers. They worked tirelessly, each adding their own unique touch to the nest. The bear used his strong claws to gather materials. The birds sang cheerful songs to keep their spirits high. And the squirrel scurried around, making sure everyone was happy with their progress. As the hours passed, the nest took shape, becoming more magnificent with every passing moment. It grew larger, more comfortable, and radiated a warmth that drew all the forest animals in soon. The clearing was filled with laughter, chatter, and the sound of busy paws. Wings and beaks working together. A family of rabbits hopped over, their noses twitching with delight. Squirrels chattered from the trees, their bushy tails swaying in time with the birds' joyous songs. Even a shy deer emerged from the bushes. Drawn by the spirit of camaraderie, all the animals pitched in, eager to contribute to this extraordinary project. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the clearing, the animals took a step back to admire their creation. The nest was now a thing of beauty, a cozy and inviting haven nestled at the base of the mighty oak. It sparkled like 1,000 rainbows, promising magic to anyone who entered it. Exhausted but exhilarated, the animals looked at each other, their faces beaming with pride. They had done it. Together, they had created something truly special, a testament to their unity and the power of teamwork. Bruno couldn't believe how far they had come since his chance discovery of the nest. It had been a long day, but the satisfaction he felt was worth every moment of hard work. As darkness fell and the stars twinkled above, the forest came alive with music and celebration. The animals danced and sang, their voices echoing through the trees in joyous harmony. The clearing was transformed into a magical forest ballroom, where every creature felt welcome to join in the festivities. Fireflies twirled and shimmered, illuminating the dancing silhouettes against the backdrop of the starry sky. The rabbits hopped in graceful leaps, the deer moved with elegant poise, and even the gruff old badger tapped his foot to the music, unable to resist the infectious rhythm. As the party reached its peak, Bruno found himself surrounded by his new friends. The birds perched on his shoulders, singing sweet melodies in his ear. The squirrels chattered excitedly, sharing stories and jokes that made the others roar with laughter. And the rabbits snuggled close, their soft fur brushing against him, whispering compliments and gratitude. In that moment, Bruno felt a sense of belonging that he had never experienced before. He realized that true friendship and camaraderie could overcome any obstacle and bring even the most unlikely of creatures together. As the night wore on, the forest echoed with laughter, song, and dance, celebrating the magical bond they had forged. Under the shimmering light of the stars, the clearing became a place where differences were forgotten and friendships were made. Finally, as the moon climbed higher in the sky, it was time for the party to end. The animals, tired but happy, began to say their goodbyes. They hugged, they exchanged promises to meet again soon, and they carried with them the memory of a night filled with joy and wonder. As the forest grew quiet once more, Bruno sat down at the edge of the clearing, gazing up at the stars. The clearing was empty now, but the magic lingered in the air. He thought about everything that had happened that day, the discovery of the nest, the arguments, the compromise, and the incredible party they had thrown together. He realized that sometimes the most ordinary things could hold the most extraordinary magic, and that the true beauty of a place was measured by the love and joy it brought to those who visited it. Bruno smiled as he looked up at the night sky. He knew that whenever he needed a friend or a moment of solace, he could return to the clearing and find comfort in the glowing nest that symbolized unity, friendship, and the magic that lived in the heart of the misty pine forest. And so, little nature lovers, as the stars twinkled above the misty pine forest, Bruno the Bear returned to his cozy cave, carrying with him the warmth of friendship and the sparkle of the rainbow nest. He dreamed of dancing fireflies, singing birds, and the laughter of animals that echoed through the trees. For Bruno and all the forest dwellers knew that the magic wasn't just in the nest. It was in the bonds they had made and the harmony they had found together. And you, little nature lovers, are invited to that magic too. If you share and care for others, if you listen to their stories and lend a helping hand, then you, too, can create your own beautiful rainbows and nests wherever you go. So remember, be like Bruno, embrace the magic of friendship, and always believe in the power of sharing and caring. For these are the true treasures that make life an enchanting adventure. Thank you for joining us on this magical journey. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts, and let us know which character was your favorite. And don't forget to subscribe to never miss out on our enchanting tales. Until next time, keep believing in the magic that surrounds us all.